Which game is the best pro that Stern has out right now out of these last four that have come out? Is it John Wick right here? Is Jaws the latest and best game that Stern has? How about James Bond? Is that the game?
Or is it the Foo Fighters? The Foo. Is the Foo the best game out there from 2024? Now, before I go on, I do want to say that the timing of this video, somebody would say, hey, well, what about Uncanny X-Men? I do own one of those. I bought one of those. Even though I did put the money out in December, kind of got it in January 2025, so I'm really feeling like let's stick to 2024. Maybe next year's review we're going to throw out.
Or maybe it's this game, Venom. Initially, I didn't even want to include this in the comparison. Well, mainly because this one that we have is a premium, not a pro. When I say which one is the best, we have to say in what category or what type, what's the comparison. So what I'm really talking about is for tournament players and home environment, not necessarily for route operators, because I have heard that this game earns pretty well on a route, but I don't have a route, so that's not part of my criteria. I'm just looking at which one is the best as far as fun to play, has a lot of you can in a home environment you're not going to get bored of it, has a lot of different shots, a lot of cool things to it, something you really like. As far as James Bond goes, again, these are I'm trying to compare apples to apples, so these are all pro models. I initially did not like this game because the code was so bad in the beginning. It was just really weird, and now I really like the game. I like the strategy. I like the fact that there's choices to be made, not only in the shots, but when you do certain things. So, for example, the big thing is loading up your henchmen, or I'm sorry, not the henchmen, the bond women, loading up these bond women, and you can load up more than one, and then once you get a few loaded up, you have the choice of pushing this lockdown bar button, which gives you your multiplier, but the more bond women you have, the higher that multiplier. So do you want to use it right away when it's 2x, or do you want to risk not using it at all, and maybe you get 4 or 5 bond women, then you got a 5x or a 6x. I really love that strategy in the game. As far as the shots, it's kind of has some funkiness to it, things that I don't like. The main thing I don't like is a lot of things you gotta shoot it into this here, which is okay. That's not a difficult shot. But then when that ball ejects, it kind of ejects out here. It usually hits this target or somewhere around here. And then you got this whole dribble thing where there's a lot of risk there whether or not it's going to drain. So I'm not really a fan of the way that ejects. I like a game that's a little more flowy, that if that would have ejected, it would have gone somewhere, gone on another loop or something like that. The other thing is, this is something that I initially didn't like, but I kind of really grew on me, was having these two ramps here, and with the them being connected, where you can kind of shoot up this one, go there, and a lot of games you find mirror image of this, where you find a lot of the shots on the left hand side. And this one went so many shots on the right hand side. I kind of really like that. I do like the shooting up and getting the whatever that flying guy is. I forget the name of that shot, but I really do. I like the way that shot feels. Kind of like the only thing that I'm not, or kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand it, or I don't know. But the whole CCP thing with the missile and the targets, it seems like that should be more of the game. Seems like a main focus point of the game, but as far as what I've seen so far in playing this game, that doesn't really seem to score a lot, at least what I've seen. So overall, I think it's a contender, but I think it's better than it was before in the beginning, and I do like the game. I could see owning it. I think it's worthy to be in the house. It's a fun game, but I think some of the other ones are better. All right, now as far as the Jaws, again, these are all pro editions. This game is really growing on me. I love the theme. I love the call-outs. I love that they used the captain of the boat to be, I forget what his name is, Grint or Hint, whatever his name is. I don't know, this guy here. I love the fact that he's like the main attraction of the game, and not, Roy or, the other characters. One of my other previous reviews of this game, I had said, and this kind of applies to John Wick as well, I like to see more of the shark eating people. But I do understand they're trying to be family friendly, maybe. They didn't use the gun shooting people a lot in John Wick. But anyways, this game, I really like it. I like the fact that it's got 3 ramps. They're in different shots. So, you got a ramp there, ramp right up the middle. This whole thing, I really like where, you can shoot it. It feeds right back. And the little mini flipper here, where you can catch the ball and either shoot these targets, shoot that, or you can even get it to go up this lane. So it's not just it's actually more useful than you would think. The skill shots are awesome. The fact that you got to hit this bumper without it going down, or not hit the bumper and go. The variety of skill shots are pretty cool. So as far as the way the game plays, I really like it. And this is another one I could see owning. For a long time. Like if I had it in my house, I would keep it. It's really solid. It's fun. I know people have complained about the fact that the shark is the main thing and he's up there in the air. You're not even hitting him, which is okay. That's weird, but some of the other things, it's like it does feel like there's some real estate that was wasted there, because you got this whole back corner of the game and there's no loop on the game at all. It's just, it almost looks like there'd be a loop, but those are all just kind of goofy ramp shots. So it's definitely has a different feel to it. But it's another game I like, and I like it because it's different, and I don't know. I like games that have at least 3 ramps. They have at least 3 flippers. It's got some cool tie-ins, like the whole shark fin here thing that people have made fun of in the beginning when it first came out. They're like, oh, that's kind of shark fin. That's actually really fun when that shark fin pops up and then it starts moving and you got to shoot it. I don't know. I really like that. All right, now John Wick. If you watched my other review, I do like this game as well. I actually like all 4 of the games that I'm reviewing. The Foo Fighters, the John Wick, the Jaws, and the James Bond. I like all 4 of them, but we don't have endless money to go on, to put on all these. I think out of the 4, what's clicking with me is the Foo Fighters and the Jaws. But I do like all 4, and I could see somebody justifying owning, any of them depending on what their tastes are. But like I said before, I feel like this of the 4, this game is the hardest. It can be the most frustrating. It's going to make you a better pinball player. I personally like a game that has at least 3 flippers. I don't know. That's just me. I like to have an upper flipper. This one, it doesn't have one. It's kind of a modified fan layout. I have a lot of games that are fan layouts. I mean, it's not a game that I would buy. I think they did really well with the lighting and the majority of, the way the game looks with this this green glow on the buildings and stuff. I really like the game itself. Looks really nice. Let's go on to the Foo. So with the Foo, here's my Foo. It's a Pro. Just like I said, they're all Pros we're comparing. I excluded the Venom because we don't have a Venom Pro. We have a Premium, and it's kind of hard to compare it that way. This game, my mellow yellow, got all the yellow paint on it. I love this game. I love everything about it. Now, I know that one of the crazy things about it is it doesn't play like anything else out there. So people who are pinball tournament players, they had issues with this game because this game is a super combo flow machine. So, I mean, it's kind of like, like if you're a tournament player, a lot of times they like to trap the ball and aim. So, they want to catch the ball, aim the ball, and then fire it, right?
But this game is not designed to play like that. This game is, at least in my opinion, is designed to play like, boom, you shoot a shot. Comes over here, boom, you shoot another shot while that ball's still flowing. So now it's going faster. Boom, you shoot another shot. Comes down here, boom, you shoot another shot. Goes over here, goes up here. Or maybe it flings around this way. Or, you know what I mean? It's just, there's a lot of madness. Uncharacteristic of a lot of pinball machines. A lot of pinball machines, it's kind of like you want to keep the ball going this way. And then left to right is dangerous because everybody thinks, oh, left to right, that's kind of like going across the slings and boom, you drain. So everybody tries to avoid left to right. But this game is kind of set up to capitalize on that. Where like up this way and it comes around. Now it's, you know, it comes around up here. Now it's looping this way and it goes through this channel, boom, and then it goes back here. And then right away you're flinging another shot. You know what I mean? It's just the flowiness and the super combo-ness that is just shot after shot after shot, and it's just the shots get faster and faster and faster. I saw a lot of the guys who are like more, I would call professional, higher level players, you know, top 100, maybe top 1,000 players in the world. You know, at first they were like, yeah, I'm not for this game. This game is chaos. That's the word I kept hearing, chaos. This game is crazy.
As far as Wick, I'm putting it as number 4 or my least favorite, only because I already have a lot of fan layout games. There's a couple things I do really like. It's kind of like the exact opposite of Foo Fighters, right? So if the way you think is totally different than mine, or the way I think, you'd probably put Wick as number 1 and Foo Fighters as the 4th pick. But it's a couple things that I don't like. Usually with fan layouts, one of the things is, especially like a game like, say, for example, Game of Thrones, where you can hit almost every shot from either flipper, right? Where the Wick is not like that. So Wick, like this, which is really important, this center shot, it's really difficult to hit from your left flipper. You know, that's a right flipper shot. This is obviously right flipper. I can hit this from either one. Wanted to point out is this dance club area, when the ball dribbles out of here, usually if it'll either hit on this thing and kind of go that way, or if it'll hit here and go this way. But if it doesn't hit either of them things, time to nudge, baby. This game is nudge, nudge, nudge. You know, if it doesn't hit either of those things, it's time to nudge. If you don't make it all the way up this back to Jaws, I really like the way this game shoots. I don't really find any bad spots as far as the flowiness to it, or I feel like they could have used, they could have used some areas of the playfield more, and maybe that's because, that's like back there is where on the premium you have the upper playfield, so it feels kind of bare on the pro. But I'm putting it below Bond only because I feel like the code is more mature on Bond. I feel like when the code gets better on Jaws, it's probably going to surpass Bond, just because I feel like the layout is better. Now, as far as I'm ranking on this James Bond, I'm putting it pretty solidly in my 2nd place. Again, there's some things I don't like about it. I don't like the way that thing ejects. I don't like the underutilization of this missile thing with its targets. And of course, it does help. You spell Spectre, and that that's something you would do later in the game if you want to get a lot of points and you're having a longer game. But like in general, I just don't see people doing that. It just seems like more of a waste. What I do like about it is just it has so many modes. I mean, you look at it has all these character modes, all these guys here. You got just all there's just so much. There's I'm hoping that the code gets better. I'm hoping that they add more movie assets and more voice callouts from the films. I know that can be difficult, but but overall, the way it plays now and with the code where it is, I'm putting it just above Jaws.
Number 1, we're calling it the Foo Fighters. So mainly, so let's why? I mean, like I said, I love a 3 flipper game. It's got the upper flipper. You actually technically have 4 ramps. I mean, if you count this little guy, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4 ramps. On the Pro, what are you missing from the Premium? The Premium, it does have a upper playfield up here with another little flipper, and there's some other stuff you can do there, and that's cool. But I don't feel like any real, like looking at this Pro, I don't feel like any real estate is really lost. Yeah, so the Pro actually plays faster than the Premium, because when you shoot this upper shot, instead of going up to an upper playfield where you do some other stuff, it's just like, woo, comes right back down, which I kind of like that, you know. I kind of like that it has a faster feel than the Premium. I don't feel like there's a big empty wasted spot. Anyways, but yeah, just the way this thing plays is so different, and so just the feeling that I get when I play this game and I'm doing well, it's just so much better. Like Wick, you feel like you're just fighting, and you know somebody's got a knife to your throat, and even when you're successful, I don't get that exhilaration as I do on some of the other games. But this game, to me, it's just so good. I can't believe that the prices have been going down on it. I don't know if it's not earning on location or what. Maybe that's why the prices are going down. But this is the game. This is the game.